Hi guys, so today I'm gonna be talking about something that's been on my mind for the past few days. It's pertaining to, I don't know if it's delusional or if it's just me thinking beyond the ordinary, but I want to know if other people think like how I think. So basically, I've been reflecting on my life and some of the things I experienced when I was a kid, from sexual abuse to sexual molestation, um, bullying, childhood trauma, those type of stuff, a little bit of abandonment. I was thinking about these things and I'm wondering to myself, up until I was 26, like things were still happening. It makes me ponder, and I asked my cousin if she thinks it could be possible. Like, do you feel like something is after you, like in this life? I feel like there's an energy that's coming after me from I was a kid up until now. And like I told her, I feel like what happens is that it is like it transfers through humans, and they come get close to you, or they're close to you, and they do damage to you. And mind you, things have been happening from I was maybe like, from I can remember, maybe like 4 years old or five, up until when I was 26, when it even got worse. My best friend and her boyfriend at the time, they drugged me, and it made me wonder, like, why would these things be happening? And it's happening over and over and over. So I had an experience yesterday that made me start to think about it. And I saw this man walking towards me, and while he was walking towards me, he started smiling because I was on the phone talking to a friend of mine. We were talking about the Job experience in the Bible, where he was a faithful servant of God, and how the devil tested him or touched him. I'm not sure how it went, but my friend was telling me about it, and he basically lost everything. But Job did not lose his faith in God. He was still loving God despite everything he lost. And I kind of felt like I had a Job experience in my life. And then basically, my friend said that God restored everything for him after a while. I don't know what transpired, why it was restored. All I know is that for Job, it was restored. And I see the same thing for me. I feel like though I lost everything mm, when I was 26, um, at this point in time, a lot of things came back to me. And I just started to think about it and said, could it be that something is after me and I don't know? Because why would things be happening from I was a kid? I was an innocent child. You don't know nothing about the world or people in it. And people was hurting me. So it makes me wonder, is it that people are, things are manifesting through them, and it's coming and coming and using different people? And I've gotten so paranoid, I don't let people get close to me anymore. I don't let people come into me and get to know me like how I used to be free. I used to be very free, carefree, more bubbly, and I guess more trusting. But now it's like my eyes has been wide open. I don't know if it's the drugs because it have psychoeffective or psychoactive effects. I don't know if it's opened up my chakras, my mindset, my eyesight. I don't know, but it made me look on people completely different. And I must say this, that I my experience yesterday with that man, he smiled and approached me, and then we both turned and looked at each other, and then afterwards he kept on walking. And my mind said, turn around and look. By the time I turn around and look for see this man, he disappeared. He was nowhere to be found. So I was telling one of my housemates, and she was saying to me, oh, no problem, the man just walk fast. But I see a lot of bizarre things, and you would think, maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me. but I just think it's something else. It could be something spiritual. And I don't know if other people experience stuff like that. I've been Googling, researching, using YouTube, and finding people who have had, um, they call it cannabis induced psychosis, which is what I experienced when I was 26. And it made me look on things, and I'm like, I've been researching a lot of things. Some of them experience similar um, changes like what I experienced in my mind and all of that. My outlook on the world and my viewpoint about people has definitely changed. It's been altered. I don't look on people with just face value. And then I started thinking back on this cartoon I used to watch when I was a kid, Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you? We got something to do now. And I remember watching that, and I used to say, "Oh, it's so funny. Scooby Dooby Doo, they always have these ghosts and these stuff and these monsters that's always creating havoc." And when they've all finally figured it out, the monsters were actual people they know. And I was saying to my friend that when you're a kid, you're watching the innocent, like the cartoons were created to tell us things that about the world, but it's like when you're a child, it's conditioned in your mind, but you didn't know that. And then when you get older, you start to reflect and look back, and you're like, holy shit, the monsters were actual people. They were people that they all knew. And they used to think, oh my God, it is always shocking. But after a while, when you understand the concept of the show and you realize that, but it's trying to show you over and over and over. So it just makes me wonder if it's the same thing, like all these stuff is being happening, and then it involves people, and it's just happening with different people. It's just, I'm just wondering if other people reflect on it and wonder if it's like a transfer of spirit from one person to the next. Because as I said, when I was a kid, I know nothing about the world, and it made me look on things and people differently, whether they're family, whether they're friends. It just makes me look on life completely different. Like, I think a lot of people are wearing a mask, and they're not showing you who they really are. Um, the true self, you won't know who they really are, really. Um, Even if you have lived with them for many years, like they could be hiding and pretending. So it's like, it's made me a lot more questionable about people's character, true character, and it's made me very recluse and less trusting because that's what basically got me hurt. Like being trustive. I wouldn't say I was naive. I just think you think because, oh, this person is your friend and this person is your family, that nothing can reach you. You feel like you have developed such a relationship, especially if you didn't do anything to them. Because I think back and I'm like, those persons that hurt me, I never hurt them. I never hurt them mentally, physically. I never did any of that stuff to them. And it just made me wonder why they did that to me. So it just makes me wonder, am I being targeted or something? Like, is something after me and it's just manifesting in human form? But yeah, that's something that I think about. And I'm just wondering if anybody else experienced something like that. Um, yeah, I don't know if other people look on it the way I do.